Welcome to the world of exploration. Welcome to the world of learning. Let's start exploring. Let's start learning. This is your very own educator, teacher, guru, facilitator, preacher, preacher, mentor, one and all. And this is the one-stop destination that is English Gurukul, the Odyssey of education, or the edifice of education, wherein we all learn together, bloom together, blossom together, and evolve together, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Alright, so without wasting time, let's get started and let's get to the point. Let's dive deep into the recesses and let's start it. Alright, so we are gonna do a roadside stand, which is again written by Robert Frost, who is a fabulous poet. So herein we do get to see the predicament, and we'll see that. So just go through stanza 1, and we have to just quickly just wrap everything up. So yep, just quickly go through stanza 1, and once you're done with stanza 1, I'm just going to give you the explanation. I'm going to explain you the explanation part so that you get a better glimpse and glance at what we are talking about, right? I know you all must have started, but just last minute revision is it's important and pivotal for everyone, right? So yeah, let's get started. So I hope you have all read the first stanza. If you haven't, you can keep your book aside with you, beside you, with you, and let's just get started. Alright, so we get to the explanation part. Herein we get to see on the roadside there is an old house. So there is a old house, remember that, which has an extended shed. So there is an extended shed, and this shed is towards the edge of the road, and there's a purpose behind it, right? The owners have made this towards the edge so that the fast moving vehicles, right, speeding by, they should notice. They should notice them. They may notice and stop there to buy the food or refreshments sold at that particular place, at that particular place, right? So this shed made a pitiable sight. That means a sight that one cannot behold. So it is almost it almost seemed as if it was begging for food. So it always seemed that it was begging for food, but that was not so. But it wasn't so. But it seemed some. So we see something and then we don't. So it has a seeing from a kaleidoscopic lens, we get to see that what we see sometimes is not what we actually there are two layers, right? So we have the first layer and the second layer, so the surface layer and the deep layer. So sometimes what we see is not what we understand, or something what we understand is not something we can really get into the nuances of it, right? So yeah, rather it was made so that the rich people who passed by the shed in their beautiful cars would stop there and buy something. So it was actually meant that that rich people who were passing by, they would who were passing by the shed in their beautiful cars, that means they're in their majestic cars, that means they were very rich, they were wealthy people, that they would stop there and they would buy something, so that some cash would flow into the hands of the owners, so that some cash flows right into the hands of the these people, who then would be able to buy some of the things that are sold to the city. The poor people that the poor feel that the money the rich spend to adorn their gardens with flowers can be used to better the lot of the less privileged. Now here we get to see the sentiments, right, of the poor people, that what they feel. So they feel that the money that the rich people, you know, they spend to adorn, that is to decorate the gardens with flowers, can be used to better the lot of the less privileged, right? But the rich people passed by without paying any attention to the shed. If anyone cared to stop, it was only due to the irritation of the paint and decor in poor state that was marring the picturesque scenery, that is beautiful scenery of the area. So in fact they used to consider and they used to think, you know, rich people, that it's actually ruining the beautiful, the picturesque scenery of the area, of that particular area. So also the shed had a board on which the word stand was painted such that letters S and N were written in reverse, displaying the carelessness of the local people. So S and N were written in reverse, displaying the carelessness that, you know, these local people are careless. So this shed sold wild berries in wooden boxes and guards with twisted necks and silver lumps on them. Then besides, for you people, you know, I have really tried to increase my speed, but with it I think I'm not able to do justice. So I'll just relax and I'll stay calm, because I have to stay calm in order for you to, in order to show you guys that how you have to stay calm in amidst the chaos, right? So besides these things, the place also offered a stay in the scenic surroundings. However, the travelers felt that these poorly kept stands spoil the pristine beauty of the landscape. So we get to see that beside these things, the place also offered a stay in the scenic surroundings. However, the travelers felt that these poorly kept stands spoiled the pristine, what I have been talking about, the pristine, the beautiful, the pristine means pure beauty, you know, pure beauty of the landscape, right? So the rich who passed by the place had the money but had no desire to spend it. So they had the money, the rich people, the wealthy people had the money, but they did not have any desire to spend that money. They wanted to keep the money with themselves. So they wanted them that the money should be kept with them, right? Then we come on to the second stanza. I hope you have read this. If you haven't, you can just side by side read this stanza too, right? We'll get to the explanation part. So the poet does not want to accuse the rustics of marring the beauty of the landscape. He's more worried about the untold pain that unsaid words cause to the faith of the people belonging to the countryside. The rustics have installed a roadside stand so far away in the countryside just to earn some hard cash. They long to have a comfortable lifestyle as depicted in movies. So you know, politicians also, they are policemen, everybody is involved in this, because they don't want these poor people to rise, and therefore, you know, theaters and everything, entertainment, movies, these are shown to them as, and that such promises are made so that they do not, you know, aspire to move ahead in life. So they hope against hope that the city citizens may fulfill the promise of giving them economic independence, although it was within the purview of the party in power to do so. Then we move on to the third stanza. When this gets stuck, no, I also get irritated. Yeah, then the next stanza is this. Then we have, it is in the news that these countryside folk are to be relocated in the villages, that these, so it's there in the news that countryside folk, that means people, are to be relocated in the villages where they have all the comforts. They will enjoy privileges of the theater, as I've mentioned, and the local store, just like their urban counterparts. So busy will be these people in enjoying these comforts that they will, have no time to think about themselves or fight for their rights. So the haves are called beasts of prey, because in the garb of benefits they have, they will provide to the rustics. They will exploit them to to the end, and later the privileged ones will easily forget the promises they made, leaving these poor people more impoverished, right? Coming on to the next stanza, that is stanza 4. Please read it. We go on to the explanation part. So the poet is very disturbed, so the poet is perturbed, right, and feels very helpless when he sees their childish longing for money, which is never fulfilled. These people keep their windows open all day, as if in prayer, waiting desperately and uselessly for someone to stop at the stand. Sadness at their disappointment can be noticed all around the place when no one stops there. Out of thousands of cars passing by, just one stopped only to inquire the prices of things sold there. Another stopped just to use. Can you see the difference? So one car stopped for inquiring the price of things sold over there, right? Then another stopped just to use the backyard of the place to reverse their car, right? And yet another stopped just to inquire about the directions for where it wanted to go. And another one stopped, which most of us also do, despite of the fact that we do have the latest version or the development, like we do have maps and all, Google Maps and whatnot, but despite of these developments, our people are the ones who come for when we need any help. It's not the AI, it's not the it's not any technology, it's not computer, it's not anything that works. It's actually the people who come to the rescue, right? So where was I? Yet another stopped just to inquire about the directions for where it wanted to go. The fourth stopped to know if they could sell them a gallon of gas, that is petrol. The farmer grumbles in an angry manner that they could see for themselves that it was not sold there. Actually, the country people are upset over the callous attitude. Callous means cruel attitude, right? Of the city dwellers. That means the people who are residing in the city. So city people, urban people, right? Moreover, it shows the contrast between the thinking of the city denizens against city denizens, city dwellers. It refers to city dwellers or people living in cities, right? Urban areas, and the stark reality of the rural people. Then we come on to the next stanza, which is this one, stanza 5, and we get to see the explanation over here, right? So finally the poet bemoans that the spirit to scale, I hope it is visible to you guys because I have tried to enlarge it, zoom in basically, so I hope it is visible and clear to you guys. And I am I am on 2x or 3x, trying to be on 2x speed, so that teaching in 2x 3x and trying to cover every area, every arena, and each and every aspect is very, very important and crucial at this point, at this juncture. So yeah, I'm trying my level best to cover that. So finally, the poet bemoans that the spirit to scale new heights, to break the shackles of economic despondency, shackles to break the chains, right, of economic despondency is not present in the rustics. That is why they do not stop complaining against the economic inequalities. The poet strongly feels that the countryside people should be, freed from the pain of poverty. So now over here he has, we get to see how the poet establishes a negative thought, right? How a negative thought comes into his mind, and he thinks that that is why they do not stop complaining against the economic inequalities. The poet strongly feels that the countryside people should be freed from the pain of poverty and deprivation, right? Now for this he has a very negative attitude, and then his attitude changes, and then he is of the fact that no, I was wrong, right? He's of the opinion that what he was thinking, what he was perceiving, it was wrong, right? Next morning, when the poet gains his senses, he wonders what if someone else thinks in the same manner for him, so that he is gently relieved from his pain and agony of seeing the miserable condition of these people. So then we have previous year's questions. If I'll discuss this, it will be very, very long video. Alright, let's just discuss this. So what does of signs with S turned wrong and N turned wrong convey? So the of signs with S turned wrong and N turned wrong convey as the owner was uneducated, that they were illiterate people, right? What does past with a mind ahead convey? So we get to see the past with a mind ahead convey as the city dwellers were in a hurry to reach their destination, right? Third one also, what do the urban rich feel about the SNN signs that have been painted wrong? So they get annoyed, right? The first question. Alright, I'll discuss this in the next lecture. So for now, I'll first cover all the poems, and then we'll be coming back to the prose lessons and then to the writing skills part, and then we'll discuss the previous year questions, right? So this is Sukriti Joshi ma'am signing off. Let's wrap the session now. Till then, let's all keep learning. Till then let's all keep growing. Till then, let's all keep evolving. This is Sukriti Joshi ma'am signing off. Till then, keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving. Alright, thank you.